Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Rollwaves 3 as Japan. So, we are in what is going to be the final war of this series. We are 5 months in. This war is already going in many ways better than our previous wars against Britain and France, with the exception of the very first war that we fought with them, which I'll admit that didn't necessarily go as well as we would have liked. But it was definitely one of the more successful ones, because we unfortunately usually get screwed over by our diplomats. But luckily this time this war was not started by us. Instead, as we will have it written in the history books, Britain declared war on Germany because Germany was trying to, let's say, liberate British possessions. You know, encourage them to allow, self-governance of their former colonies. Or, well, not even just former colonies, their existing colonies as well. So yeah. Britain, of course, did not take kindly to that, and as a result declared war on Germany. That is our story, and we are sticking to it. Of course, we decided we needed to help our German allies in their wonderful endeavors. And as a result, we have joined them in their war against Britain. France, of course, deciding to honor their alliance with Britain, has recently gotten involved. Our biggest issue is that at this point we need to try to end this war as quickly as possible, relatively speaking, because the USA will eventually get involved, and I don't really feel like fighting the USA if we can avoid it. Now, of course, for whatever reason, because the way the game works, saving and loading results in recalculations of stuff. France is now the one who is being considered to be blockaded rather than Britain. I don't fully get the logic there, but, whatever. I don't actually care that much, honestly. Now, looking at the relations, there are a few things that I want to note. I would love it if somebody else would go to war with Britain and France. The most likely there would appear to be either Russia or Spain. In the case of Britain, and in the case of France, just Russia. It doesn't really matter to me, honestly, all that much who does it, although I will admittedly prefer Russia over Spain, simply just due to their fleet tonnage being, well, basically double Spain's. Also, better technological development is also nice. But it doesn't really matter to me significantly who actually does it. And I mean, technically, if Russia does it, they have Tunisia. They could go into the Mediterranean. Put a little bit there at least. And try to maintain France's focus there as well. Although admittedly, I don't think France is going to do too hot in this war, honestly. Their fleet is not that much larger than ours. I think they're really going to be relying on Britain. Which, I mean, is basically what we're doing with Germany, but hey, at least, we're helpful, I think would be the best way to describe it compared to France. But let's go ahead and continue on. We are going to also, I think, go ahead and kick up spying on the USA. Because, yeah, I would like to get some sort of notice, if possible, them joining in. Britain declines to help Singapore. It's always great for us. Our CV, the Iburi, is commissioned. The Yashima has condenser troubles. We are temporarily sent back on discovering light SAMs, or improved light SAMs rather. Combat experience suggests that the enemy currently has an edge in electronic warfare. Well, that kind of sucks. Heavy fighting in Singapore. Enemy fortifications are holding up our advance. That's a shame. Rebellion in Puerto Rico. Okay. In engagement in Northern Europe, the German and British navies. The Germans lost a light cruiser and Britain lost a destroyer. That's not a great trade, Germany. It's not a great trade. Mediterranean, Germany lost an armored cruiser and Britain lost nothing. West Africa, Germany lost a destroyer, Britain lost nothing. Or excuse me, France, rather, actually, for that one. Let's see. Anything interesting here? Tensions with Great Britain increase as we are allied with their historical enemy Germany. Tensions with Russia reduced as we have no areas of conflicting interests. Wonderful. Tensions with Italy reduced due to random tension changes. Tensions between Germany and the USA increased because of bombastic leader in Germany. They're not that bombastic, relatively speaking. Unfortunately, France is no longer blockaded because they have activated their fleet. Yeah. So we're no longer going to be getting that. So long as Germany doesn't get blockaded as a result of this, I think we'll be okay. I will try to support you as soon as possible, Germany, but it's going to be a little bit. It is going to be a little bit. Oh, yep, whoops. I need to give you your air group. Yep, if they happen to have any existing, go ahead and get rid of them. They shouldn't, though. Also, let's go ahead and add you up with the other Katsuragi. So we have both of them, and once you're ready to go, I'm going to send you to the Indian Ocean to back up our forces there. Admittedly, you're backing up forces that aren't contested at all. It looks like France and Britain have completely withdrawn from Asia because they need to focus in Northern Europe to avoid being blockaded. I'm not going to complain about that. That is perfect for us. We just need to... One, if we could get a budget increase, that would be great. That would help us significantly. And we need to speed up a little bit with the whole invading possessions thing. Ooh, they're not declining this one. This is a battle in support of ground forces. What do they estimate? Expected enemy forces in battle. Some cruisers and a supporting force, possibly a carrier. That's useless intel. We're reasonably confident they don't actually have any of that here, if we're being completely honest. So, yeah. Okay. I wish we had SAMs on you guys. That would be very helpful, but we don't. We could decline this, but we want to try to speed up this invasion as quickly as possible, so we're going to accept. And we're going to hope that conditions are not great for the launching of aircraft, if at all possible. We are actually going to, I think, go ahead and also request land-based cap from Pontianak, which I think are the only ones who would have any chance. And actually, I don't even think they have the range realistically, but screw it. We can try. We're picking up something on radar. We're gonna wait till we get just a little bit closer. Maybe get actual eyes on it instead of relying on... That's definitely a destroyer or something like it. It is way too fast to be an armored cruiser, I can tell you that right now. Manual fire on this guy. Tsushima, go ahead and launch all. We're claiming a hit. I don't believe that is accurate, however. Unfortunately, that merchant ship managed to eat our missiles. Let's try this with the heavy SSMs on the Ottawa. Those did not go where they were supposed to. I want you to focus on that destroyer. That is the much bigger target. I can have the CLs focus on the destroyer, not the destroyers, the transports without too much of an issue. A couple more destroyers. Somebody just took a missile. Namikaze. You are going to smoke up for what little that's going to help you, and you're going to try to flee. Unfortunately, I need you to get a fair bit of distance before I can tell you to slow down safely. No, you're not. Why would you do that? Considering that you're, kind of busy trying to deal with flooding and a fire. It's probably not a good idea for you to try to pick up survivors. Asaragi, the fortunate thing is that we are so damn close to them that they're going to launch just boatloads of aircraft with missiles at us. Okay, we've completed that objective. The Asaragi is going to break off because it's pretty badly beat up. And it's going to try to make it to Pontianak. You, I think, can reasonably slow down. I think I need you guys to pick a different target. Namely, go for the one that's apparently trying to make a torpedo run on you, I'm assuming. Just based off their heading. You are also going to attempt to get to safety. I think you can reasonably slow down. We got one destroyer. I don't think we got the first one that we saw. That, I believe, is a destroyer up there. This one directly in front of us. Turn to try to break any decent torpedo attacks. There we go, dead in the water. Where is the other one? I believe it is you. I'm going to tell you to hold fire for 10 minutes. You guys have different guns, don't you? Yes, the Kitsushimas have 5-inch guns, while the Nebi has just the 4-inch guns, which, I mean, are fine. Nope, you guys just straight up hold fire. Don't waste what little ammo you have left. I want you to engage that supposed CL. Unfortunately, we were not able to save the Numikaze. Let's see if we can get the Yuzuki up there, though, to rescue survivors. At the very least. Come on, just need them to be dead in the water. And then we're pretty much golden. Also, do you guys happen to have reloads on your missiles? No. Okay, I figured as much. Just thought I'd check. Because if you did, this might have been a good opportunity to use them. Something. Oh, that one's trying to get away. Nope, don't let him get away. And then head up here. That's, I believe, a transport that's trying to escape. Yep. And head down here. Supposed armored cruiser. Find that highly unlikely, but you never know. It's probably the destroyer again. Managed to get their engines going. Although it could also have been a transport. Always a possibility, I suppose. Okay, nope, never mind. You're just gonna try to make it to base. Since evidently you are not gonna be given the opportunity to pick up survivors. You have dealt with your flooding, so go ahead and speed up. So have our CLs make sure that there's no transports that are stuck along this island here. And then we will, yep, head on over to base ourselves. In theory, I could tell you to go to cruising speed. I don't think that's a great idea personally. There we go. Okay, we sunk everything except for one transport that managed. Okay, yeah, lucky bastards. Now I am curious. We are claiming 4 missile hits. Okay, yeah, they were all against poor old Merchant 19. They are wishing that they did not sail out today. So that'll help us out, hopefully, with getting Singapore. Germany's interested. No, by all means, Germany, we're allies. And I need the money anyway. I mean, okay, thanks for telling me about this German heavy cruiser, not German, Russian heavy cruiser. I don't honestly care that much. Also, I do find it interesting that it only has SAMs. That's intriguing. Oh, missile target acquisition is always nice. There we go, we finally invade Fiji. Germany lost a destroyer and a CVL. Britain lost 2 destroyers, not a great trade. Germany and France in West Africa. Germany Jesus Christ, Germany. How did you lose a battle cruiser? And the only things that the French lost were 2 corvettes. What the fuck, Germany? And you wonder why you don't have an empire. And I feel like that's really the best way to describe it. Germany's just goddamn Germany. Goddamn, I swear. Okay. What do we want to do? I mean, if we do any invasions, we're just going to lose more money right now. I could really use that budget increase. If you guys don't mind, that'd be nice. That'd be real nice. You know what? Realistic, there's not a ton of research at this point in the game, so I'm just gonna drop that down a fair bit to slow the bleeding. And I think we'll use that opportunity to find another place to go ahead and invade real quick. I suppose it doesn't hurt to just try to take as much as we can in the Indian Ocean in some ways. Just due to how it would have to work for Britain and France to try to come back to Asia. They'd have to go from Northern Europe, Mediterranean, Indian Ocean. If I control all of the Indian Ocean, well, they're gonna, suffer some penalties, and we might be able to just wreck their fleet. Fortunately, it's not strictly true because I cannot take India. But I can, significantly hamper their base capacity, relatively speaking. That's 50 there from Britain, 60 if you include the 10 that France provides from Madagascar. So they'd only have the 100, or in the case of France, 50 from India. If they tried to send a sizable fleet through here all at once, it could cause some issues. Probably not, but it could. But I think I'm going to go ahead and continue our focus in the South Pacific. So we're invading Fiji, which I believe should give us range to Polynesia. But in the meantime, I suppose let's go and try to take Papua again. And Britain is, for some reason, agreeing to this, and I don't know why. Now, I will say that I think this is a terrible, terrible idea. CV, CVL, and a destroyer supposedly for a coastal raid. If it's close enough, the CVs don't really have an opportunity to launch, but the biggest issue is we don't really have anywhere we can run with this location. We have to go through these straits here. Or head north, but if we go north, we don't actually have a port we can go to, because I don't believe the port in, Burma? Is it Burma? Whatever it is actually accessible in this case. So our nearest port literally requires us, at least the one that I can guarantee we would be able to go to, requires us to take the worst possible path. I'm inclined to say no. I think this is a terrible battle. I will fight you out here, however, with your supposed battle cruiser. That turned out not to be a battle cruiser. Ends up actually being an armored cruiser. Supposedly you do actually have a battle cruiser, though, with 2 CVLs, which I don't think is going to go well for you. Because the Naniwas are pretty good, I think. And hey, they have SAMs, which is always helpful. And I got 3 of them here, actually. As well as a handful of relatively old, but still moderately well equipped, in my opinion, destroyers. And I think we technically have some new ones, but they apparently don't have any endurance. So that's always fun. What the hell are you? Okay, you just look very bare bones for some reason. I don't know why. We'll accept this one. I don't see a good reason to decline this one. This is just a general do more damage to them than they can do to you, which I honestly don't think is going to be that hard to do. Although admittedly the aircraft from the airbase that we have zero capability of protecting ourselves against outside of our SAMs is not favorable. But it's one ship that I gotta sink, basically. It's dead. Okay, so we could just, leave if we wanted to, technically, at this point. The ship is sunk. In fact, we're not even picking it up on radar, so I'm very confident that it is straight up sunk now. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say we're gonna do that. Our job here is done. Let's head down here to New Caledonia. Oh, wait. Radar contact, you say? Radar contact. Oh, it's a merchant or something. If you pick them back up, you can fire. Honestly, firing missiles at a merchant is just overkill. Okay, that's all of them. Oh. Well, apparently our intel is just absolute garbage. Because we claimed that the enemy should have an armored cruiser here. Turns out we're idiots. They had 2 corvettes. 2 corvettes. Presumably the one that we were claiming was an armored cruiser was the M20. A 600-ton corvette. Why are our guys so bad at intel? Oh yeah, no, totally. The enemy's going to have an armored cruiser there and maybe a battle cruiser and a CV and a CVL even potentially in the area. What do you mean it's a corvette? And then this poor guy is the dude who just sailed out of port and said, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here anymore. Yep, that was, that was overkill. That was overkill. I'm pretty sure those missiles were more expensive than the ships that they sunk. Wonderful. Budget increase. We can secure even better terms if we crush them completely. A few more months will do it. Wonderful. The Hawk Party is doing their job. Oh, Germany somehow loses a armored cruiser while the British lose a corvette. Germany loses 2 destroyers to France's 1 destroyer. But apparently France is having financial difficulties and has had to halt the construction of a battle cruiser. Why are you building a battle cruiser in the late 1960s? That seems weird to me. I'm not seeing any tension changes here. Which, honestly, I'm okay with. Now I'm sort of inclined to say, should we do it? Probably not, but I kind of want to. Well, I suppose there's really not a need to. Let's see, who do we have sitting around who's potentially able to move? If anybody. Nobody, actually. Everybody is either working up or still in a refit, so never mind. We could try to build one more Yakaze. Let's do it. We can just barely eke that out. Not that it will be in service before this series ends, most likely. I don't know why Britain is accepting this. It is supposedly an AMC. There we go. Enemy unable to challenge our forces in the area. Free 565 VP. There we go. You finished that. We should not let them off lightly. Continued operations will secure our total victory. There we go. Prime Minister is persuaded by senior generals to scuttle the peace negotiations. Wonderful. The army's doing its job as well. They said, hey, we're helping the Navy in their invasion of Singapore. I think we're doing all right. I don't think we really need to end this war just yet, do we? Missile corvettes enables design of corvettes with missiles and higher speeds. These will be included in battles. It's a bit late for us to be doing this, but technically we could build them. Let's see, France increased naval budget, Russia increased naval budget. Anything particularly interesting here? I'm not seeing anything that immediately stands out. I'm going to send you to the Indian Ocean with your buddy. Let's see. Let this continue. Supposedly the British have a CVL, or well, the enemy. It may not necessarily be the British. CA and a CL and supposedly a CVL operating in the area. I'm going to say no, I don't think we really need to do that. If we could just hurry up and take Singapore, that would be great. We're going to deny any involvement here. Oh, well, it's tensions either way. Fuck it, I'll take the prestige. Germany lost a CL and Britain lost a corvette. What the hell, Germany, I swear. Germany lost a CL and 2 destroyers to France's 1 destroyer. Oh my god. Ooh, apparently we're blockading them again, though. That's wonderful. I question how we are, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain. Tensions with China reduced because they feel too weak to challenge us. Tensions with Germany increases. They feel we are expansionist. I mean, that may be true. But we're kind of in the middle of a war against the common enemy, Germany. So maybe don't increase tensions with us. Oh, I see why we're blockading both of them, because the British have apparently decided we don't need to be in Europe anymore and have brought basically their entire navy to the Indian Ocean. And presumably it's transiting through. So it's probably heading to Southeast Asia and or the South Pacific. In fact, it's probably splitting up even. If I had to make a guess. You guys are already fair. I'm just going to go ahead and say, screw it. You guys are going to Southeast Asia, along with, oh, you don't actually have an escort, so never mind. I was going to say alongside your escort, but turns out you don't have one, so good job, guys. Good job. I think we're going to go ahead and activate some of these air bases, because as it turns out, they might be useful. Baja and Pontiac. Cavigning and Shortland. It's of course going to suck up a fair bit of money, but I think we might need it to help us out here. Ooh, sizable fleet here. Nope. I'm not going to fight them there because that is a terrible place to fight. Indecisive action between Germany and Britain in the Mediterranean. West Africa. France lost 2 destroyers and Germany lost, or excuse me, France lost a destroyer and a corvette, and Germany lost 3 destroyers. The U.S. is looking to join in very soon, it's looking like, because tensions are skyrocketing with them. We are at 9, and they're at 7 with Germany. Not fun. Not fun at all. I really don't want to fight here. But we have an intelligence advantage. Fuck it, I'll do it, but I really don't want to fight there. I really, really don't. And game's all kind of screwed up here with the layout of the ships. Come on, spread out. Also, let me take command of the ships. Thank you very much. What are you guys doing? That's not a screening formation, like at all. Supposedly we hit them with a missile. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys to just go line abreast. Or not, because the game's gonna throw an absolute hissy fit about that, evidently. Okay, let's break you off. Yep, you break off, you head back to port. Try not to throw a boatload of errors while you're at it. Tsushima took a missile, that sucks. I'm sure it'll be fine. Somehow they're firing missiles way out there and hitting the completely wrong target, since they were supposedly trying to hit the destroyers up here. Somehow they managed to hit the dude who's way back there. That's not what I want to see. Okay, we're gonna lose a couple destroyers. Honestly, we'll survive. Okay, there's the objective completed. Take care of this destroyer. I know you can do it. It's not the first time you guys have sunk destroyers. Probably not the best time to change your formation like that. In fact, I think we're just going to have the Tsushima break off, so you're not slowing down the Ottawa. Okay, and he's dead in the water. Let's go ahead and tell everybody to head back to port. As far as we're concerned, mission completed. Tsushima's going to be out of action for a little bit, though. It took a fair bit of damage. We lost 3 destroyers. They lost 4, but they lost 15 transports. So that's clear victory on our end when it comes to having completed the objective. Yeah, Tsushima's going to be out for 2 turns. There we go. We took Fiji. Wonderful. Britain reactivated more of their fleet or something, or brought more of it to Northern Europe. Well, something happened. Germany is no longer blockading them. Not that it matters too much, because the USA is about to get involved. Come on. Come on. How are we doing in Singapore? We doing all right there? Still fighting to capture Singapore. British forces are resisting attacks by Japanese troops. Yeah, guys, I'm going to need you to give me more budget. If we're going to try to actually fight the US, yeah, I'm going to need more budget. Like, a lot more budget. Just hope you guys know that. Because they're getting involved very, very soon. And they have the world's largest navy by basically triple everybody else. Well, their next closest. Basically, they have triple the fleet tonnage. They're still running around with 5 dreadnoughts, 7 battle cruisers with 3 more building, because why the hell not? 25 CVs with 7 more being built, because why the hell not? 9 CVLs with 5 more built, because why not? 13 heavy cruisers, 2 more being built. 28 CLs, 10 more being built. 161 destroyers, with 7 more being built because, hey, 161 isn't quite a nice enough number for us. I was going to say the only thing we got going for us is submarines, but even that's not actually accurate. Russia and China have more submarines than us. Not by a ton, but, you know, they have more nonetheless. So, this is not going to be that fun. Relations. What's the likelihood of somebody else going to war with any of these countries? Not very high. The highest is Spain and Britain, with a 7. And Spain's not a great ally, because their fleet is just too small to be worth taking into account. I'd rather Russia. Or Italy. We're not even going to mention China, because they're not in the running at all. So, Russia, if you could stop being pissed at us, that'd be great. Italy, if you could start being more pissed off at Britain or France. Feel free to be pissed at France. I don't really care who you're pissed at. Just one of the two. That'd be great. That'd be great. I suppose in theory Russia would be more of a pissed with maybe Britain. And Italy would be France. If we could get both, I'm game. I mean, we will need both of them if we want to really have a chance when the US starts kicking around. The biggest thing we're going to have is that, at least for us, hopefully, the US doesn't send a sizable fleet, because they would not have the base capacity to actually field a sizable fleet against us. So they're probably going to send most of it to Northern Europe, I would think. Which of course means Germany's probably going to get blockaded. Which is going to cause issues. So, our goal at the end of this is to try to take as much shit as we possibly can via invasion, and then probably just, you know, status quo this war. You know, rather than actually trying to take a whole lot. Nope, we're gonna take as much as we can before the negotiations happen, and then we're gonna say, wait, let's talk once we're done. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I'm almost inclined to say that's gonna happen after we take Singapore. I really am. I don't care too much for taking Malaya. I really don't. And I'll be honest, I don't care too much for taking Papua. If we take Singapore, as far as I'm concerned, we've accomplished our objective. Malaya would be nice to have, given the opportunity. But like I said, I don't really think we need to take it per se. At least in my opinion. Because I would consider it, you know, Singapore is a fairly major trading port, and it's along a major trading route as well. And so I would say if we take it, we're fine, we're happy. We've locked down the Pacific or Asia, as far as we're concerned. Anything else is just a bonus. It's gravy. So come on, guys, hurry up and take Singapore so we can peace out of this war with a white peace, because I'd be fine with that. I would be perfectly fine with that. But I'll see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.